In sport it's the professionals that always win the glory, but Robin is the amateur, and that's a different story.
Hello, Jack.
Robin.
How's everyone in Steepleford?
Well enough.
Good. Now, you've saved me a journey. I was coming out to your village. 30 men-at-arms passed right down your main street on Tuesday. Not one word of warning did your people give us.
It was market day. I was away.
Yes, but not everyone in the village was at market. 6 of my men were trapped.
Aye, and a warm business it was, fighting our way out again.
You've got to keep a proper lookout. What's happened in Steepleford? You used to be our strongest supporters.
You can't count on us, Robin. Not anymore.
Why not? What's wrong?
The village have turned against you.
But why?
It's all this robbing of poor peasants. Even women now, they say.
Oh, come now, Jack. You know us better than that.
Oh, that I do, Robin, and I try and tell them. And old Tom was robbed on his way home from Nottingham last night. Only a few pence, but the young rascals were part of your band, so he said. And now the whole village has turned against you.
Well, you can tell them that they're not any part of my band. I'll come out and talk to your people later. I'll see you at the village.
Right, Robin.
Where's Little John?
He went on ahead to smell out the deer. He said he'd meet you at the ash copse.
No, dear brother. That is not the way I see it at all. The holy St. Dunstan has taught us to be resolute and bold in the face of danger. Go!
If you want to live, drop those staves. Now your purses and be quick.
But if you take our purses, we won't be able to get to Canterbury.
We're on a pilgrimage.
So you won't be able to get to Canterbury. You're breaking my heart. Throw 'em on the ground.
You should be ashamed of yourselves, fine-looking lads like you.
Hurry, likes our looks. Wait till I tell Robin Hood he'll raise our wages. Come on, Robin said not to hang around.
Help! Help! Thieves! Robin! Help! 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 Thieves! Robbers! Murderers! We've been ambushed!
Well,
Oh, sir.
all right. Now, calm yourselves. Who's robbed you?
That way. They took our purses and went that way.
Who did?
2 cutthroats, 2 of Robin Hood's men.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
How do you know?
Because I'm Robin Hood.
Oh! Oh! But what do you want of us? We're only pilgrims. Your men have already stolen all our money.
Now, look, understand this. Neither I nor any of my men robbed pilgrims. But we'll find out who did. What do they look like?
Very young. Only boys, but ruffians.
Can you describe them?
Oh, yes, indeed I can, yes. One of them had eyes. They were either grey or brown. Looked very like a nephew of mine in Woodstock, my
Thank you
sister's
so very
boy.
much.
But except that he's got this enormous wart.
Thank you. That's very, very helpful.
Miles away.
We'll do better to take after them, Little John. They can't have got far. Now, you say they went this way?
Yes, good sir.
They've gone to the Abbey. But what would these bully boys be doing there?
I don't know. But the abbot's a friend of ours. I'll go and have a chat with him. You better go back to camp.
To be perfectly frank, we do have some unruly fellows within these walls, particularly among the younger postulants.
But surely you don't intend to make monks out of them.
Goodness, no. They haven't even entered the novitiate. They wear ordinary lay clothes and perform whatever functions the novice master assigns them. Quite young boys, for the most part.
So were the fellows I'm after. About 16 or 17 years old, I should guess. Tell me more about these boys, my Lord Abbot. How many of them are there?
15 or so. They're the product of our times. The young generation seems to have no respect for the values we lived by when I was a boy.
But why do they come here in the first place?
They don't come, they're brought by their parents. As infants sometimes. We have had them left at the gate in a basket.
And the parents know that you'll bring them up and find a place in the church for them.
Yes, and sometimes we're successful. But generally speaking, you can't make a monk out of a man unless he's decided of his own accord that that's what he wants to be.
But when you see that they're not cut out for the church, can't you send them back to their homes?
Many of them don't have homes anymore.
I see your problem, my Lord Abbot. Well, these boys that I'm after have got to be stopped now, unless they're going to turn into hardened criminals.
Oh, if there are boys here who are going secretly over the walls to rob travelers, I want to know about it.
Then let me stay here in the Abbey. I'll soon find out for you who they are.
You are very concerned about it, Master Robin? Are you afraid of the competition?
No, it's not that, Father. No, I don't want my band to be blamed for these petty robberies. These are children. To them, it's just a game that's going to end in worse than robbery. That's why I want your help.
Lord, you may have it, you may have it. I'll do all I can to help. But since this involves highway robbery, I must defer to your greater experience.
Quia enim illuc ascenderunt tribus Domini testimonium Israel ad confidendum Domini nostri. Quia sederant in yes. Sederant in Judea ad super domum Dei. Godric. Godric, will you tell us what that last verse means in English?
The last verse beginning where?
At the beginning. Quia illic sederant.
Well, quia means, whenever or although, doesn't it? Say the whole verse again to me slowly.
Never mind. That will be 10 lashes from Father Constantius after Vespers. Francis, you translate.
Because there are sitting the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David.
The thrones of the house of David. Excellent. You may sit down.
Oh!
What is it, Francis?
I'm being stabbed. By a thorn.
The boy that did that will receive 30 lashes. 15 from Brother Constantius and 15 from Brother Wolfston.
Perhaps it wasn't a boy. Perhaps it was one of Satan's demons tormenting poor Francis.
I remember the story you told us about St. Cuthbert and his writing table.
Why a thorn?
To make it seem like a boy.
I will not have laughter. The next boy that misbehaves goes before the abbot.
Or like Mahomet and the mountain, the abbot will come to him. I've a new probationer for you to educate, Brother Hildebrand.
Isn't he a little mature?
Mature in worldly sin, but an ignorant beginner in the paths of righteousness. Clyde of Coxburn, a candidate for the lay brotherhood.
But these are all children. What am I supposed to do with this lot? Sing them to sleep, play pat a cake with them? I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving.
You have no choice, Clyde of Coxburn. You have no choice.
Oh, that's right. The tonsure or the scaffold. That's what the Duke said. The old devil, he knew that one was as bad as the other.
You think so? Then I shall be happy to send you back to His Grace's executioner.
No. On further thought, I think I prefer the monastic life. Provided I don't have to associate too closely with these dainty little psalm singers.
You have much false pride left in you for a knight condemned as a robber and worse. He needs stern treatment to win him over to virtue. Brother Wolfston and Brother Constantius are walking in the cloister if you need to call upon their services.
Take a seat, Clyde.
Over there amongst the boys.
I like this seat. Latin. You know, you can't say I'm not educated. I can tell it's Latin just by looking at it.
Get out of my seat.
Are you challenging me for it?
It is mine.
Mark that, boys, a mistake in grammar. He said it is his seat when he should have said it was his seat.
Brother Woolston? Brother Constantius?
I'm thirsty. Bring me something to wet my throat. Do they serve wine in this filthy dungeon?
Seize him. He's a troublemaker. Well, take him to his pellet in the dormitory.
Dormitory? Oh, you mean my bed? I don't have to stay here in this nursery. All right, brothers, you may stop quaking with fear. I'll come with you peacefully.
If we could get a man like that to join us, we'd put Robin Hood himself out of business.
That's a fine blade you got there. Don't let Brother Constantius or Brother Woolston see it.
They already saw it on the way here.
And they let you keep it.
Shall we say they decided not to try to take it away from me?
How long are you going to stay here?
So I can afford to travel in style.
Don't ask so many questions. A fellow like Clyde can't be expected to tell his plans to everybody.
To anybody.
I wanted to say how much I admired you for taming the novice master.
Taming a kitten's no accomplishment.
I thought, too, you might know of certain methods we've developed here to make this place more bearable. For instance, if you want wine, there's the storehouse, which is very rarely guarded at night. I see you've already solved that problem.
Yes, and I've told the storekeeper to get another vintage or I'll tickle his ribs for him.
If you want to leave the abbey at night without being seen, there's an easy drop down into the cloisters.
Don't tell me you well-behaved lads break out of here at night.
Johnny, plenty of times.
What do you get up to on these escapades?
Well, we'll tell you about that if you come in with us. I can use your experience.
If you're planning boyish mischief, you don't need my experience.
Oh, it's a lot more than mischief. We ambushed...
Quiet! One of the first things you have to learn is not to talk too much. You boys are beginning to interest me. Why'd you go in for this, what you call, mischief?
Well, you were in the classroom today. You can see how dull it is here.
We want to do some traveling, too.
Yes. Well, supposing I do join up with you. Are you planning anything interesting?
Come with us tomorrow night. I think you'll find it interesting.
Where and when?
Meet me tomorrow, above the cloisters after Silencium.
All right, boys, I'll be there. Now go away and leave me in peace. I want to contemplate my sins.
That's a likely story, Clyde. I can't imagine you repenting your past.
Who said anything about my past? It's my future sins I plan to contemplate. Forgive the informality of this visit, my lord, but I didn't want to be seen entering your chamber.
Have you made any progress with our investigation?
Well, I found out who held up the pilgrims. Their names are Jules and Godric.
Oh, those two. They're both bad students. They're completely undisciplined. They'll never become good monks.
I agree, my lord. But is it not true that neither of them entered this abbey of his own free will?
Yes. Godric's parents didn't want him.
Well, the details aren't important. The point is that those boys are leading a life to which they're not suited.
Perhaps you're right, but I can't condone their deeds because of that unfortunate fact.
I don't condone them either. But I think they can be persuaded to abandon their criminal careers.
We've tried every known means of reforming them. Up to 6 straight hours of compulsory prayer, 20 lashes with a horsewhip, everything.
Well, there is one other method, my lord, which I have at my disposal, but you do not. Right, what's the plan?
It's market day in Nottingham. At dawn, there'll be tradesmen on the way to the town to buy the wares. They're bound to have fat purses.
And you call that planning?
Furthermore, we tell whoever we rob we're Robin Hood's men. Then we escape back here. That way the theft is blamed on the outlaws and we're absolutely safe from discovery.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
What?
Oh, the petty mischief would be your limit. Do you think I'm interested in robbing tradesmen of a few shillings? Go ahead about your childish pursuits. I have man's work to do.
Hold a moment. If you've a better idea up your sleeve, we'll follow.
The night's work I have in mind will rock the entire Shire. I don't think you're ready for such a grim task.
Lead, and I'm with you. I'm frightened of nothing.
I count me in too.
All right. Well, we'd best be off. We've a lot to do. And remember, I'm counting on you this night to act like men. The loot lies beyond that door.
You mean we're going to rob that manor house?
Why not?
Well, it looks so big and... I don't know.
I first got interested in that house several months ago when I found the owner was away at the Crusades.
Doesn't seem right robbing a man who's away at the Holy War.
Why not? He's far enough away so he can't cause any trouble. The house is occupied now by his daughter, Lady Marion Fitzwalter.
What about the servants?
They live in quarters at the back. If we don't make too much noise, we won't disturb them.
Then there's just the girl.
That's the only problem.
One girl's no problem. I'll settle with her.
Fine, that's agreed. I'm glad you volunteered. That's her window, the one on the left. I don't know where the jewels are, but we'll get the information out of her.
How on earth do you know it's her bedroom?
Planning, my boy, planning. I talked to a carpenter who just built some new furniture for the house. Come on, it'll be dawn soon.
It's locked.
You don't say.
What's that?
Search that passage.
Robin.
Yes.
Did anyone ever tell you were quite mad?
It's been mentioned.
The boys in the house.
Yes. What about the rest of your household?
They've been warned. You can proceed with the robbery. Is that the girl we're going to rob?
That's the Lady Marion Fitzwalter.
She looks so helpless, it's like robbing a baby.
Babies don't have any money. Wake up, you have visitors. No more noise, my lady, or this blade will put an end to your screaming.
Do me no good to scream. The servants are away.
Ah, so much the better.
What do you want?
The family jewels.
There are none.
Listen to me, foolish woman. I have my spies. I know you have treasure here. Come on, where is it?
I'll not tell.
It'll be less painful for you if you talk quickly, won't it, men?
But if you rob me, I'll be left without a home. My father's away in the Holy Land, and I'll be all alone in the world. Penniless.
If there's one thing I hate, it's a complaining woman. Oh, come on. Get up. Now, where's the loot?
Oh!
Oh, careful, man. You'll tear her arm from its socket.
If need be. Come on, where is it?
Oh, tell him, my lady, for mercy's sake, tell him.
Behind the chest, a loose stone. Oh, my arm is hurt.
Did it hurt much? Agony. A little neat foot oil helps to heal bruised muscles.
Oh.
What did I tell you, man? A fortune. I said a fortune. The deed is done. Now only one detail remains, and Jules volunteered to take care of that.
What's that?
Psst, Jules.
You're not going to slit the poor girl's throat.
No, you are. You volunteered to take care of the girl, remember?
I didn't think... Why don't we just take the jewels and run?
Let's just run. I feel sick.
Are you losing your courage?
I'm losing my stomach for this brutality.
You wanted to be robbers. I've led you to loot greater than you dreamed of.
But why murder the girl?
Because she can identify all of us. She'll point the accusing finger and we'll hang.
Oh, my lady, plead with him. Weep. Oh, don't just sit there. Do something. You can't just let him kill you.
What good are tears and pleading? You're all despicable criminals. There's no mercy in your heart.
No, we're not. Honest, we're not.
Godric? Now, enough of this nonsense. We'll decide who does the dirty business by casting dice. Low man slits the lady's gullet. Now, who's first? All right, my cast. $11. That should count me out. Next.
I'd rather have this nightmare in bed. I'm going back to the Abbey.
Well, that seems to have done the trick. It'll be a long time before those boys go off on a robbing spree again.
I'm proud of you, Robin. You did a lot to save them.
So did you. To tell you the truth, I don't give a hang about those boys. The whole thing was a plot to be alone with you at dead of night.
I think I'll have a knocker put on that window.
You might put up a ladder too, Father. I'm tired of climbing those vines.
I've been expecting you for the past week, as a matter of fact. I thought you might be curious about your two young friends.
I am.
Since the night they returned from the expedition with you, they've been little angels, veritable angels.
Good. And may I suggest, my Lord Abbot, that you let them do something really active when they're old enough? Bearing arms at the Crusades, perhaps. That'd be a useful outlet for their high spirits.
Not a bad idea. You know, the brothers have been asking me just how this miraculous reform was accomplished. I told them I didn't know.
Well, I simply...
No, don't tell me. The brothers might ask me again and not approve of the answer.
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Robin Hood.